So right now Cameron and I are at what's called Leatherwood Creek, and you can see these guys waders on in the water, and there's a small little water tributary, waterfall, feature, whatever you want to call it, coming down, and beautiful little area. And so we just kind of camped out here for a little bit, and not actually camped, but I mean, you know, we're parking for a while, and then hopefully we'll head up a little ways and just see what else we can find up here. But again, this is the Leatherwood area here, just outside of Ponca and Boxley, close to the Buffalo River. Leatherwood Creek, there are some really beautiful places along here. As you can see, on the left side of the creek, if you're going up from Ponca, the trail is not, especially with the leaves, but the trail's not very well defined, so it's just a little bit of a bushwhack. But if you continue to follow the creek, then you'll be okay, and then just follow the creek back. If you cannot find your way out, this creek goes all the way to the Buffalo River right there at the Ponca Bridge, and so you definitely will not get lost out here. Let me turn around here. You can see that there are beautiful bluffs along this creek, and this is a great time of year to come out. Fall's a great time of year to come out because you get to see the bluffs, whereas spring and summer, the trees are full of their leaves and it's really difficult to see. So I'd highly suggest you come on out now and check it out and see what all you can see here at Leatherwood. Okay, so one of the things that you should not do is go up a pretty steep hill. I guess here in Arkansas we call this a small mountain, covered in leaves with rocks that you can't see, and then have to come back down it. So when you do come up here to Leatherwood around this time, that I do not suggest. The waterfall that a lot of people go to is not running right now. It is a waterfall that is fed by rain. I know we're going to get rain here in a couple days, but it is fed by rain. So when there's a lot of rain, that's the time to come see this particular waterfall. And it'll be on your left as you're coming up Leatherwood Creek. It'll be on your left, and you'll see a pretty good sized ravine, and the waterfall's up there. And then the very top of that waterfall, if you continue to go, there is another one. So just know that for future reference. As I mentioned earlier, the ravine area when you're coming down the trails to the left, and so I wanted to go ahead and get kind of a video of it as I'm walking towards this feature. So there is, up at the top of that ravine, you gotta be careful going up there, but there's a nice waterfall that'll flow when it's had enough rain. It's still a pretty area up through there, but it's one of those areas you need to be very careful as you're going up. All along Leatherwood Creek, you'll find many features that look like this. There's Mr. Cameron up the creek. In case I didn't mention earlier, one of the things that you need to be aware of is that you need to wear boots that you can cross. I mean, right now the water's a little low, but or like Cameron, wear waders and you can just walk wherever the heck you want to go as long as it doesn't come up to his chest. But anyway, so there are like some rock features when it's low that you can go across, but if they're not low, let me show you, you end up like me wearing blue jeans, unfortunately today, which I shouldn't have, and getting soaked. My boots are waterproof, but my blue jeans weren't. So wear boots, guys. Wear boots when you're coming through here that are waterproof. So here's another feature that here in Leatherwood, one of my favorites as far as how the rocks, looks like they made brick upon brick. And then down below you see how the rocks look paved. This is another, just like I said, there's just all these beautiful little water features all through here. I wish I had it in my backyard. So right now I'm standing in the middle of Leatherwood Creek, and the water is going underneath right now. I mean, you can see there's little puddles of water on top here, but the water is actually traveling underneath because there's not enough water, hadn't been enough rain to push it, because normally when Cameron and I have been here, right here on over, there is a falls that runs right through here, and just a beautiful, beautiful area, beautiful falls. So again, it's great. It's a beautiful time to come, but if there hadn't been any rain, the water is not flowing like it should, but it is flowing underneath. So we're going to keep traveling a little ways up, a little farther, and just see what's going on. So when you're traveling through here, to the right of the creek, coming from Ponca, there is a feature that's still standing of somebody's old cabin that used to be here. Boy, now you talk about a place to have a cabin. Now I've videoed here before, not during this time, but this is what they would have to look at when they come out on their porch. Just some beautiful bluff areas, and one of the bigger waterfalls is just up the way here. You could hear it from that old homestead. Cameron's headed towards it right now. Matter of fact, he's just about at it. It would be to his left where the waterfall would be coming down. So if you see that old homestead that's behind me right now, that water feature will be right over there to the left as far as the big waterfall. And then you could also get on up above that to another waterfall as well. So as you're coming down the trail from that place where I showed you the old homestead, and you see this on your left, this is where the bigger falls are located, up into that canyon area, ravine area, whatever you'd like to call it. And one of the easier ways to go is right over here to your left. Hopefully that tree will still be standing, that dead tree. And you can see kind of behind it, the people have gone up. Again, be very careful. It's going to take you up and just take you close to that cliff area up there, and you'll be able to see the falls. And then on up above that are another falls. So one of the things I love about exploring these types of creeks, besides all the beautiful landscape that you see, moss and leaves right now, and you know how the timber is the water will push timber and really create some really cool looking effects. But you see, I'm standing in the middle of the creek. Okay, now remember, way down towards Ponca, there's quite a bit of water flowing, right? Okay, so there's no water here. Well, let me turn around and I'll show you where the water is coming from. See back there? Look at that. And then it just starts going underground. Let me see if I can walk up here a little ways. It just starts traveling underground. Isn't that crazy? You gotta love limestone, you know what? Gotta love it. That's quite a bit of water flowing through there, and it just heads underground. How awesome is that? Several water features up through here, all the way up. Beautiful place. I really wish I could capture this for you guys, all the way up and back behind that waterfall back there. It's just painting perfect. Well, if I was an artist, if I could paint, this is where I would come to paint, right here. Wow, absolutely beautiful here on Leatherwood.